Yesterday we talked about how poems can make you feel. Poets use words that evoke emotion in you and try to get you to feel something. Today we're going to talk about how poems do that. A lot of the times they try to appeal to your five senses. So we have our sense of seeing, smelling, hearing, touching, and tasting. Poems will use words that make you think about seeing something, hearing something, tasting something, so that you can really picture what they're talking about. Let's read a poem today called Earthworm. Inch by inch and root by root, the tiny earthworm crawls. Right now I'm thinking of an earthworm being tiny, because it said the tiny earthworm crawls, and I'm thinking about the size of it, thinking about seeing it. It makes its living in the dirt, creating its own walls. It oils those walls for ease of passage, gurgling as it goes, a slime machine, while all around it, things just decompose. When it said it oils those walls, I thought about this, the sense of oil on my hands, making it really slippery. It oils those walls for ease of passage, gurgling as it goes. So I was thinking about if I had oil on the wall, it would be really slick. I was thinking about how that would feel on my hands. Gurgling as it goes. Hear this word gurgling. I'm thinking about hearing it. A slime machine. Touching. Well, all around it, things just decompose. I'm going to read the poem all together one more time. Inch by inch and root by root, the tiny earthworm crawls. It makes its living in the dirt, creating its own walls. It oils those walls for ease of passage, gurgling as it goes. A slime machine, while all around it, things just decompose. We're going to read another poem called Subway, and you have a sheet that looks like this. The five senses in Subway. Now, I didn't actually use all of the five senses when I talked about the poem Earthworm. I didn't really talk about the sense of smell, although I could think about what a slime machine would smell like, or what dirt smells like, but I didn't really talk about that. In Subway, try and see if you can find something for each of the five senses, but there might just not be anything for all five of them, so you might leave one or two flaps blank. The poem is called Subway, which, if we remember reading A Cricket in Times Square, a subway is an underground train, so that fits in with our theme of being underground. Think about your five senses as we read this. I like the sound the subway makes, deep in its underground den. I like the growling as it goes from street to street. And then, I like the squeals its iron wheels make coming round again. I like the flickering lights below that make the nighttime day. I like the rumbling, jumbling cars along the long railway. I only wish that I could ride the subway trains all day. I'm going to read it one more time. I like the sound the subway makes deep in its underground den. I like the growling as it goes from street to street. And then, I like the squeals its iron wheels make coming round again. I like the flickering lights below that make the nighttime day. I like the rumbling, jumbling cars along the long railway. I only wish that I could ride the subway all day. Pick one of the senses that you wrote about on this and share it with the class.